Hello, hi, I'm Cryptic Hybrid, and this is Inua, a story in ice and time. Now, Inua is a supernatural point-and-click adventure game that's set in the Canadian North during multiple time periods and tells the story of three different characters that are connected somehow to this great legendary polar bear that lived 10,000 years ago. Now, this is a demo version of Inua. The full release is coming soon. We don't know exactly when, but it's coming soon. So we're gonna check out the demo now and, see what it's about. Let's start. That polar bear looked confused. Very confused. Like, wait, what are you doing, human? Nature has all the time to tell stories endlessly as long as anyone is willing to listen. This life was explained to me through a story of Nanurluk, the giant bear, polar bear. No paws nor teeth measured to its own. Its patience and weight were even greater than anyone's. Present times. David, it's me. I didn't wake you, did I? No, I'm up. Just fixing myself a coffee. So, where are you now? I just reached the Parks Canada research ship. Freezing my ass off, waiting for Dr. Gervais to come show me around the boat. It's minus 15 here, more like minus 20, and the wind chill and... I didn't send you there to report the weather, Taina. Did you get a chance to read over the documents I sent? Yes, sir. I got them all in my backpack in case I need a quick refresher. But as of 4 AM this morning, I'm a fully fledged expert on the Franklin expedition. Ready to turn it all into a great story, so long as I don't pass out in the middle of the interview. Damn it, Taina. I thought I told you to get a good night's rest. Well, that was the plan until my connecting flight was delayed for 8 hours. But at least it gave me plenty of time to get my mind off that weird dream. Can you please just focus for a couple of days? I don't want to regret giving you this opportunity. Uh-oh, sounds like someone needs to finish his coffee. Well, can't stand around all day chit-chatting, David. Some of us have work to do. Grisly old bastard. He's right though, this is a great opportunity. Might as well get to work. Hello? Oh, hello. I have an appointment with Mr. Gervais. Alan? Oh, great start. He can't hear me over all this fuss. Explore the surroundings to find tokens. Alan Gervais. Okay. Article. Okay. Interact with a character to enter their mind. Tokens are ideas you can instill in a mind to interact with the world. Maybe I should take one last look at my notes. Might help to get my facts straight for my story. So she's a reporter. April 22nd. 7:30, appointment with Alan Gervais, Parks Canada. Location, Parks Canada research ship. Mission HMS Terror Bay. 3,159 kilometers, 2 stops, 43 hours to get there. The Franklin expedition left England in 1845. 2 ships, Erebus and Terror, both state-of-the-art vessels for the time. 134 experienced sailors aboard. 1850, last time anyone saw the boats. Since then, 40 corpses discovered, 90 still missing. Lead poisoning? First tombs found in Beachy Island. Beachy? Maybe it's Beachy. Beachy. Ships found in Cambridge Bay. What really happened to the Franklin expedition? What happened to the rest of the crew? So that's what we have to find out. That's the story that Taina is writing about. What really happened to the Franklin expedition? Exactly, see? What happened to the rest of the crew? That's what I'm here to find out. Sami. This journalist has her head up her ass. She's barely spoken to me. It's like I'm invisible. Well, her loss. Who does she think suggested looking here in the first place? If I hadn't spotted the mast in the ice last winter, they'd still be combing the seafloor 100 kilometers north of here, back where they found the Erebus. But yeah, sure. Talk to the Lunat scientist? What could you possibly learn from some Inuit kid? Huh. Maybe this kid knows more than we give him credit. Wait, weren't we experiencing a visit from that journalist today? Or expecting, sorry. Talia, something like that? I can't say I'm too keen on the idea, but the communications department seems to think it's good PR for Parks Canada. Oh, speak of the devil. Ah, so you're the journalist. How long were you planning on loitering outside? Well, you want to freeze to death or come aboard? Funny guy. I should try to make a good impression. You must be Alan Gervais. I'm Taina Hypolite. Taina, I can't wait to catch up, but my hands are full right now. Why don't you take a look around? Try not to touch anything and we'll get acquainted later, yes? I just wanted to ask a few... Fantastic. I think that was a good impression? He's not a talkative kind, apparently, Alan. But we're aboard. That's progress, right? Good publicity for Parks Canada, they said. What if she manages to write anything at all? That's if she manages to write anything at all. We'll be lucky if she doesn't throw up from seasickness. And again, if she does, at least we'll have a good laugh. Oh, great. Ooh, nice. Nice. Maggie. Here comes that journalist. Okay, Maggie, try not to say anything stupid. Now, that's a nice ship. What's a nice ship like the HMS Terror doing in a place like this? Huh, you know, we're not completely surprised by where it ended up. We knew the Terror had been stuck in the ice with the Erebus about 100 kilometers north of here. I read about that, yeah. That's where things really started to go wrong for the Franklin expedition, right? Right, and since the Erebus was found further south in 2014, we figured the Terror would be somewhere between those 2 points. Still, it was a stroke of luck that anyone found it all, and in such a good condition. Well, it must be so exciting. Imagine all the things we could learn from this. We don't have to imagine for much longer. Hey, are you going to use any of that in your piece? Chillax. Chillax. What's this? Cans? Oh, tin cans, okay. What's here? Discoveries. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see these. I remember an old story the elders used to tell about 2 hunters who found the wreckage of the Erebus before it sank and went in to explore. Down in the belly of the boat they came across a grinning giant, standing there completely still in the dark. Later we figured out it was probably the frozen corpse of one of the crew, and the grin would have been due to scurvy. Hopefully the fish ate the bodies a long time ago. I don't need to see any of that. I don't quite see the point of collecting all those old cans, but I guess that's why I drive the Zodiac. Yeah, this is scientific stuff, come on. They ate nothing but canned food, had no entertainment, lived lives of constant suffering. No doubt about it, the seafarers of the 19th century lived like grad students. What? No, Maggie, these people died. They actually had a hard life, not like you. Jesus Christ. I got a glimpse of the officers' quarters when we were in the submarine. Maps cabinets, scientific instruments, not to mention the captain's office, all perfectly preserved. But the one thing I really want to get my hands on is the ship's logbook. We could learn so much about those final days aboard the Terror. The divers have looked, but they can't find it anywhere. Maybe someone beat us to it? Maybe. Who's this? Jeffrey Tarian. Alright, so let's see. Alan. Let's see what Alan thinks about the tin cans first. Anything we find on board the Terror may offer us clues to what happened on her last voyage. The more I think about it, the more I'm amazed by what we found. The wreck of the Terror is in near perfect condition. I bet the thing would float if we could bring it to the surface. If we keep on at this rate, we'll soon understand what really happened to the Franklin expedition. That's exciting. I mean, time to find out what was on the menu aboard the Terror. Hey, these tin cans are really well preserved. We found them on a shelf in the pantry. I wouldn't crack one open though. Let me guess, they are expired? Worse, they may have been tainted with lead from a faulty sealing process. Ah yes, I think I read about that. You think that might have been what killed the crew? No, not necessarily. From our preliminary tests, the levels of lead in the crew's bones are consistent with those of other sailors at that time. Back then, your average Brit was exposed to higher levels of lead than we are today. The joys of living through the Industrial Revolution, I guess. Wow, Maggie's a real bitch. She's like, she compares people who went off in the, you know, in 1845 in ships, you know, across the Atlantic to you know, grad students, and now she's like, oh, the Industrial Revolution. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Industrial Revolution, bitch. Anyway, we'll have a toxicological analysis completed in the coming months. Then we'll know for sure. Alright. The discovery of Terror is a landmark moment in the history of Canada. The Franklin expedition is the stuff of legend here. We learned about the search for the Northwest Passage in school. A few years ago, then Prime Minister Stephen Harper launched an expedition to locate the wrecks. But he didn't just want to unravel the mystery of what happened to the crew. He also wanted to assert Canadian sovereignty in the area. I want to find the truth behind the myth. Okay. So everyone has an agenda. Oh man, the journalist is coming over. If I play my cards right, maybe I can get a mention in this piece of hers. Hi, I'm Taina from The Discoverer. Mind if I ask you a few questions? I understand you've made some interesting discoveries. Interesting would be an understatement. This stuff is groundbreaking. Where do I even begin? Well, I think that our readers really want to know is whether we're any closer to finding out what happened to the Terror and her crew. Well, we've still got a lot of work to do to figure that out. Work, Jeffrey? You remember that concept? Sorry, no time to chat. But have a look at what we already pulled out today, might be interesting. Right. Well, you pulled up some tin cans, so I'm a little hungry, but not that hungry. The divers have given the signal. Their surge basket must be full. Maggie hasn't noticed yet. This could be my chance to look good in front of Alan. Maggie, what are you waiting for? Activate the winch. Huh? Okay, I'll do it right away, but... What? No excuses. Come on, wake up. We've all got the job to do. It's just that last time I checked, you were on winch duty. Damn it. Fine, I'm on it. Better than standing here all day arguing about who's supposed to do that to do what anyway. Well, isn't this a friendly work environment? Yeah, very. Judging by the racket, it sounds like we've hauled stuff up from the wreckage. I hope they find something while I'm on board. That would really help my story. She only cares about the story. Ooh, bones. Remains. Okay, that's nice. That's pretty cool. Anything else around? No. Let's see what they think of the bones. It's not easy to make the dead talk. Who knows what happened on board that ship? Yeah, who knows? Even after all these expeditions, I still get creeped out when we find human remains. could have sworn it was her turn. Made a damn fool out of myself. That's not how I'm going to get my postdoctorate. Jesus. Halloween's come early this year. No, these are human remains, dude. This is not Halloween. Jesus. Whoa, skulls. I got here just in time. Are those the crew? It's been a long time since anyone found human remains from the Franklin expedition. This must be a landmark discovery, Dr. Gervais. Just 87 more and you'll have the full set. Indeed. It's quite a breakthrough, but as it is often the case with these discoveries, these remains pose more questions than answers. Why would so many of these men have remained on the ship? They could have risked it and tried to reach the continent on foot. Instead, they just waited here to die. The expedition's not over yet. Maybe you'll find your answers. Maybe. Or maybe we'll never know. Wow, great. You can navigate freely between eras in order to unfold the story. Okay, so we can go back to the 1940s. Lieutenant, a decision must be made, and made quickly if we are to have any chance of surviving. Mr. Woodruff, might I remind you that I am the last remaining officer on board. I, and I alone, will make the decision about the crew of the ship. There are barely 30 of us left. The summer ahead looks to be as cold as the last. Sir, we must abandon the Terror. Abandon the Terror? Nonsense. You would be well advised to hold your tongue on such matters. Sir, I beg you please, listen to me before it's too late. If we leave now, I'm sure we can still... The only thing you can be sure of, Woodruff, is that your next word on this will be your last. That fool, he's risking all our lives. He hasn't got what it takes to be in command. But the men still follow him all the same. Is it fear? Loyalty? Or is it just blind obedience? I have to find something to convince them to leave the ship with me. Should I tell them about my dream? No, they never believe me. I'm not sure I believe me. There has to be something else. Reuben Campbell. Explore the surroundings to find... Okay, so we need to find tokens for this era too. Okay. Wait, what if I go... Can I go back? Diana discovers Graham's skull. Reuben reveals Graham's secret. Okay. Wait, let's go back. Because we still haven't seen everything here. Ever since Cynthia entered with this witchcraft phase, I feel like I'm surrounded by skulls. Teenagers. God, I sound like my dad. Alright, so there's nothing else to find here, so let's go back to 1845, I guess? 1850? Tokens. Oh, escape, okay. That's one token. Firepower, that's another token. Death, the bodies. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Actually, let's look here. Let's see, William Lockett. All this military might, the most advanced ship in Her Majesty's Navy. But what good are all those guns out here? Right, because you're in the Arctic, basically. I wonder whether the lieutenant has listed the names of the dead in his logbook. He certainly spent enough time in his cabin. Typical, here we are freezing to death and that bastard has his own private room. He's even got a window. Not that there is much of a view right now. I was close to Stanley and good sir. Proud Scotsman was good sir. I love to tease me for being Welsh, but always in good humor. They taught me the basics of medicine, but with them gone, I'm the crew's physician by default. Me of all men, if only Mother could see me now. There's little I can do to ward against the cold, fatigue and malnutrition, but I have to try. Months ago, a few of the men left the ship in an effort to reach a cairn where they could leave a message for the Navy. God knows how far they got. We never heard from them again. Whoa. Okay, so there were some what's this? Terror. Oh? What is September 10th, 1848. This is Lieutenant Graham Gore, last surviving officer aboard HMS Terror. Though our situation is dire, I have full confidence in Admiralty. I am certain that as I write this, a recovery operation is underway. It's not. As such, it is my duty to ensure that the Terror is ready for inspection when we are rescued. Inspection? His crew is dying. November 17th, 1848. Years at sea with only these wretched illiterate seamen for company. The conversation is hardly stimulating. Better to spend my time in my quarters finding solace in one of the many volumes from the ship's well-stocked library. I must read the latest Dickens before these Philistines use it for kindling. So the first entry about them being here is on the 10th of September, November 17th, 2 months later, they're still here. December 16th, 1848. Mr. Dickens, I hope this letter finds you well. I myself remain icebound in the Northwest Territories. I require your assistance in persuading famed Arctic explorer Sir James Clark Ross to lead a rescue expedition. Sadly, I have never met Sir James. I am, however, well acquainted with his cousin, Albert. Do you know him? Is he writing to Charles Dickens? February 2nd, 1849. Jesus, these guys were here for months. Stripping her for all she's worth. Her boom boom, her ding-a-ling-a-ling. No, a cannery in the mine. Plum bomb, the depths, poison. Meaty oarsman, fatigue sets in, dragging the boy and his magic lantern, wrapping a stone man in the dancing image. 3 hunting or only one. Where did your 2 brothers go, poor Yorick? What the fudge is this thing? Logbook. That sounded crazy. Perhaps one day someone will be given the task of sorting through the litany of errors that brought us to the point. That's assuming the officers have been recording all of their decisions. Josephus McHanagan. I refuse to die here. I long to see Scotland again. I must return home. Ellie, my love. Moira, my treasure. Nothing will keep me from seeing you again. Well, death will keep you from seeing them again. I'll do whatever it takes to get home to you. Lifeboats. Ha! Some good those will do us now. They'd be better used as firewood. I'd be surprised if those cannons would even fire after so long in these conditions. And yet Gore has us running them out every morning. For what? What's he expecting to fight out here? Polar bears? Those officers, with their endless meetings, their big dinners in their comfy cabins, writing everything in their logbooks. And look where that got us. Good riddance if you ask me. These poor people. Why, Lieutenant Gore, this is incredible. You managed to maintain the lifeboats even when you were trapped in the ice. Thank you, Admiral, but I was merely acting according to the principles instilled in me during my training at the Academy. I assume you've already met my daughter? I have yet to have the pleasure. Enchanté, mademoiselle. Is this guy crazy? He's thinking that he's gonna get rescued and he's gonna be seen as like this great leader because they held out? We're the boys that fear no noise, while the thunder cannons roar, boom, boom. Campbell, you wordless layabout. Aye, sir? What's the status of the cannon? In full working order, sir. I think. Yes, capital. Keep up the good work, lad. We'll make a sailor out of you yet. No, you're gonna make a dead body out of him. Jesus Christ. Erebus. Deep darkness. A mausoleum. She was a mausoleum by the end. Cold, disease and starvation. Not for me, no. That hull, so thick, yet shattered by the ice. No choice but to leave. Also, so that's what happened to the Erebus. It was they had a breach in the hull, and it sank. Had to sail away. Sail away. Had to sail away aboard the Terror. But who will pay? Who will pay the price for abandoning Erebus? Questions will be asked. The Admiralty will want answers. Me? No, surely not. I was to be. It was to be such a brilliant career. But if I can save the Terror and all who sail in her, parades in the name of Lieutenant Graham Gore. This guy is insane. He actually thinks he's gonna survive this. My writings, yes, my writings will exonerate me in the eyes of the Admiralty. But these swine, they must not see my logbook. Why? They can barely read, and even if they could, they couldn't possibly understand the burden, what it takes to lead the youngest officer on board. It was to be a brilliant career. This guy is insane. He is freaking insane. Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war, for with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. I always found it easier to memorize the parts about fighting. I wonder why that is. We'll have to bury these poor bastards as best as we can, but who's going to bury us? If only I could read, I could find comfort in that Bible that the pastor gave me before I left home. If the lieutenant says we stay here, I suppose he knows best. It's hardly like I have a better plan. These heathens have been burning the prayer books we were given when we left England, all because the lieutenant won't sacrifice his precious library. And don't forget his beloved logbook. No, he never even let us touch that. The lieutenant has us exercising the guns every morning, even after everything that has happened. He says it's good for discipline, but it feels more ridiculous with each passing day. Yeah, cause you're trapped, you're gonna die. I would never have become the lieutenant's aide-de-camp if Smith hadn't died. Some promotion that was. He spends most of his days locked in his cabin, always muttering to himself and scrawling in that logbook of his. Maybe I should tell someone about what I saw this morning. Or maybe that would be more trouble than it's worth. Wait, what did you see this morning? Reuben? If there was a way of the ship, we would have taken it already. Besides, what would we even do out there? How would we even survive? How would we find our way? We wouldn't make it far without help, and who's going to help us? I have to say something. Woodruff will know what to do. Mr. Woodruff, I need to speak to you about something I saw in Lieutenant Gore's cabin. I saw him writing his logbook again this morning, but he seemed distressed. I was curious, so I took a look. My reading ain't so good, but it was nonsense, sir. The mindless ramblings of a madman, so far as I could tell. I'm worried he's beginning to crack under the pressure. I see. You've done the right thing coming to me, lad. If what Reuben says is true, then the men need to know. Ooh, the men need to know. What's new? Ooh, rebellion! Really? We have a rebellion now. Escape? Okay. Woodruff sounds like he has a plan. At the very least, it bears sitting here and waiting to die. It beats sitting here waiting to die. Yeah, it does. Because they've been here for far too long. Months! I hope to God this doesn't end in bloodshed. I've never even fired my pistol before. How am I going to fare in a firefight? Gore has to be stopped. He's out of his mind. I understand him wanting to prove himself. He's not much older than I am. But even I'm old enough to know I don't want to freeze to death here. Uh-oh. We are going to leave the ship and we're going to live to tell the tale. Mr. Woodruff will show us the way, I'm sure of it. Ooh, mutiny. Can I get these guys on board with the mutiny? If there is one thing that my past experience have taught me, experiences have taught me is that survival is a matter of will. Gore has been crushed under the pressure. It's hard to blame him, but if we continue to follow his orders, we're sure to die here. Don't resist, Lieutenant. It's better this way. That madman. He'll condemn us all to an icy grave. Yeah, and you want to go back to Scotland. There's no way off this boat. Not unless they go through me. I'd rather they swung from a noose for this, but if I have to, I'll kill to defend the ship. This guy's insane. They're turning on me. On me! What do you have to say for yourself, Lieutenant? Say for myself? I do not answer to you, Clark. I do not answer to any of you. Don't you see? I'm trying to help you. But you would rather follow Woodruff into an icy grave. This ship is lost, Lieutenant. No one is coming for us. But it's not too late. Come south with us. There is still a chance, but we must act now. I'm still the commanding officer, Woodruff. And you're still a dirty, illiterate sailor. I say again, nobody will leave this ship. This guy's insane. He's insane. I had to peek at Gore's feverish scrawlings in this strange script. I may not be able to read, but I know the devil's work when I see it. Really? What if he just writes in an ugly fashion? Woodruff's an old fellow, but he has something about him. Maybe there's a way out of this after all. If he won't listen to reason, perhaps he'll listen to force. God help the poor bugger. There's no choice left to make. This man will lead us all to hell. Oh? Give up, Lieutenant. From now on, we'll put our faith in the Lord, not in you. I mean, you're surrounded. With the last remaining officers dead, we outnumber Gore, but only if I can get them all on my side. Dozens of us have died already, and we'll join them if we continue to do nothing. But these men are prisoners of the old world. They haven't the stomach to question authority. How many more must we lose before they listen to reason? No. If anyone else has to die, it should be the bastard that keeps us prisoners here. I'd rather convince him, but I'll do whatever it takes to get off this boat. Yeah, you should. I mean, save your life. Well, yeah, and everyone else's if you can. They're starting to believe me. They're starting to wonder if there might be a way out of this mess. Maybe there was some truth in that dream I had. What dream? Don't tell me, it had a polar bear in it. It's worse than I thought. Page after page of this drivel, on and on, letters never sent, poems, drawings. I can't let him hold us back any longer. Listen up, lads, you too, Gore. The lieutenant here is under the impression that we're about to be rescued. I'm sad to say I don't share his optimism. Enough of your insubordination, Woodruff. I'll have you lashed if you say another word. Lashed? Who'll be doing the lashing, Lieutenant? The Admiralty? Maybe one of your famous friends can help you. What? It's all here in this logbook, lads. The poor bugger's gone mad. He's going to get us all killed. These men are still loyal to me, Woodruff. Still loyal to the crown. Perhaps we should let the men answer for themselves, sir. Perhaps we should. They're all with me now. I have no choice but to end this. Alright, Gore, it's over. The men are with me, and we're getting off this godforsaken ship. Oh, scoundrels! Fools! He'll lead you to your graves, crucifixes by the shore. A pile of rocks atop your bones. It's not too late, Lieutenant. You can still come with us. You stole an officer's property and then trick these men with your lies about my writings. How could you understand? How could you possibly understand? You're not thinking clearly, Lieutenant. And why should these men trust a lowly wretch like you? Why, when you left England, you could barely write your own name. Listen, you daft bastard. You're not in charge anymore. You can come with us, or you can freeze to death here. You're really leading this man to their deaths, Woodruff? Then I'll spill your blood before any of you leave this ship. Keep your hands clean, Lieutenant. What happened? Did they shoot? We go back. Oh, wait. Remains. Whoa, creepy skull. I got here just in time. It's been a long time since anyone recovered human remains from the Franklin expedition. So, this is a pretty big thing, right? I guess. Ignore him. He's just trying to seem cool in front of the big shot reporter. No, seriously, what more can we learn from a skull? I'm more interested in tools, personal effects. But it looks like this one died of something other than lead poisoning and frostbite. See? This skull is fractured. Mind if I take a closer look? Who knows, maybe this guy still has a story to tell. Okay, so this is the obvious thing. Punctured clean through. Can't imagine this would be anything other than a bullet. Okay, so there was a gunshot, there was a gunfight. The poor guy was executed. There's little doubt about that. That tooth looks different from the others. Is that a filling? Not exactly cheap back then. That rules out being just a simple sailor. Oh, we got the clues. Mutiny. Listen, science people, what kind of sailor had a filling back in 1845? Who told you could touch that? My guess would be an officer with a bullet in the forehead. Seems like close range. I'm not an expert in the matter, but the whole thing sounds like mutiny to me. Yes, it's mutiny. The conditions these men faced, fatigue, starvation, cold, it's no wonder they revolted. Yeah, that's true. Mutiny, eh? Not a bad idea. Beats blowing smoke up Alan's ass all day long. This guy, he's like, he shouldn't be here. He doesn't care about any of this. When they got on the boat, they were full of hope. But when that hope faded, what was left? Despair. Well, what else? If I'm right about the mutiny, this could be a hell of a story to tell. One even that schmuck David should be happy about. But I need the thing to be solid. I wonder if I can get Dr. Gervais to confirm it. So, Alan, what do you say? About the whole mutiny thing? I think you've been watching too much TV. Damn it. No, there are plenty of explanations for what might have happened here. Goddamn son of a... Years of hard work and she's about to steal my discovery. And if the press come out with this before the Prime Minister, that'll ruin everything. Better get her off the ship before she ruins my career. Well, if you excuse me, I have plenty of work to get on with. We can't let you fondle any more skulls for the moment. Wait, but I thought... We'll have, what's-his-face take you back to shore on the Zodiac. I'm sure you're eager to get a cup of hot coffee. But let's catch up tomorrow at base camp, yes? Fantastic, off you go. So much for good first impression. This guy's shutting me out already. What's David going to say if I can't even get on the research ship? God damn it. Well, and that was everyone. Thank you for playing. Discover Taina, Simon, and Peter's destiny in Inua, a story in ice and time. Wishes on Steam for latest updates about the game. Okay, so you can see here we have at least, you know, two characters from the 1840s, and I don't know what this is supposed to be. Well, it's the anchor at the bottom of the ship, but I don't know who the rest of the characters are. Simon and Peter. Well, one must be from the ship, right? But that was the one. That was the demo version of Inua, a story in ice and time. I mean, it seems like a very complex situation with a lot of moving parts. So not only do you have to look through all the, you know, to discover the tokens, but you know, all the characters can have at least some say and some contribution based on those tokens, so you can piece together the story if you know, look and talk with everyone and analyze all their thoughts on those tokens. So it's really cool because it's like it's a bit like an investigation that kind of like it's puzzled together bit by bit with every new character that you find, with every new token, and with every token analyzed by each character. So I really like that. I like that there's the visuals are nice, all that. So yeah, that was the demo version of Inua. If you're interested in the game, you can wishlist it on Steam. Just see the link in the description below, and click on that wishlist button, and you'll be notified when it comes out. Again, we don't have a solid release date yet, but it might even be this year, I don't know, or maybe early 2022, we'll have to see. For now, that was everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up real quick, and if you like what I do here, consider subscribing. That will be actually immensely helpful. If you could subscribe, tell other people about the channel, spread the word, check out the back catalog too, check out YouTube, check out BitChute, check out Odyssey if you want to see all the cool games that I cover, and after that, please take just half a minute to see the ways through which you can support me so I can continue doing gaming coverage and more for a very long time. The best way to support me is to join my locals community at cryptichybrid.locals.com. The link is also in the description below. You can join the locals community for free. You can become a member for free, it doesn't cost anything, or you can become a supporter, and that is $4 a month. And think of it like a magazine subscription, or like a Patreon. And for those $4 a month, you of course support all of my endeavors under the Cryptic Hybrid umbrella, which at this point is over 3,200 videos, live streams, and developer interviews. And you also get perks like early access to videos, support only live streams. You get to decide what I play every Monday on live stream. You get behind the scenes content. You get access to never before seen videos. You get to ask questions for future interviews that I do, and your questions will take priority during those interviews. And you also get to participate in game giveaways. All those, if you're a supporter, $4 a month, cryptichybrid.locals.com. Other ways to support me: you can give me a direct donation through PayPal. There's a PayPal link in the description. You can donate cryptocurrency to the PayString link. You can donate bats, basic attention tokens, if you use the Brave browser, and you tip me on any video of mine on YouTube or any post that I make on Twitter at Cryptic Hybrid. Follow me there, of course. And last but not least, there's a Humble store link in the description below. Bookmark that, use it whenever you want to buy a game. Just search for it. Search for that game first on the Humble store. If you find it there and it's the same price as on Steam, and it will probably be the same price, then buy it there through my link. And you're not gonna pay anything extra. You're just gonna tell that store to send me a small percentage of the money you spend there. So it's a very small thing that you can do. It costs you nothing, but it can be quite a very nice gesture that can bring in some decent revenue and help out support the channel. Thanks again everyone for watching. This has been Inua, a story nice in time, and until the next time we see each other, have an awesome day.